All right, gents, I'm gonna be straight up, I'm gonna be honest here. When it comes to sappy, over-the-top holiday movies, normally I enjoy these about as much as getting my teeth pulled. But I love my wife, and when she suggested we watch This Is Christmas, a 2022 comedy romantic drama B-movie, I said sure. Our love is strong enough for me to make it through this 93-minute film. Now, the great thing about low expectations is it doesn't actually take much for a movie and storyline to meet them. And to be straight up, gents, I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed this movie. Now, what does this have to do with you looking amazing? Well, you see, there was one particular part of the movie where the character Dean did a great thing for Ray. You see, Ray had been going through a tough time for about 20 years. But what Dean did in the matter of just a few hours, he was able literally to reframe a few pieces of paper and few pieces of metal to help Ray remember who he was, what he had accomplished, and that it's never too late to build a relationship. And gents, that's the power of a good frame. It takes a simple print like this right here and turns it into a work of art. And being a military man, I loved seeing how a good frame could take an old uniform that had been stuffed away in a closet or buried in a box, all of a sudden brought to the forefront, turned into something the whole family can see and be inspired by. I'm telling you, gents, the number one key to look amazing is to wear clothing that frames you properly. In particular, frames the face. To properly frame the face, you want to wear clothing that draws attention to it. An accessory that's becoming less common but still does an amazing job of pointing everyone towards the face is a necktie. I mean, seriously, just simply look at the shape. It is literally an arrow pointing at the face, drawing attention, and if you wear a strong color, like red, maroon, orange, gold, you literally have that bright colored arrow drawing everyone's attention upward. Another tip to draw attention to the face is make sure that you groom your hair properly, getting a fresh haircut. If you've got facial hair, making sure it's trimmed properly. Make sure hair isn't touching the ears. Even the use of a little bit of product to keep your hair in place can make a huge difference. Having said all that, the item that's probably most important when it comes to framing the face is going to be a strong shirt collar. Of all the clothing items on your body, your shirt collar is the one that sits the closest to your face, and because of its balance, it brings symmetry to the face. Unfortunately, a lot of you guys have dress shirts and polos in your wardrobe that have floppy collars. Or if you're just trying to wear the shirt by itself, the collar looks weak and it falls over. And unfortunately, for a long time, there really wasn't a fix to this problem. That is, until the guys over at Slick Collar, today's sponsor, introduced their Slick Collar. They enable you to salvage your existing dress shirts and bring structure to the collar so it's not floppy, so it's not falling all over the place, so that your collar can stand up straight and look good. Whether you're wearing that dress shirt by itself, whether you're wearing it with a sports jacket or a blazer, gents, Slick Collar makes it easy for you to look good every time you want to wear a shirt. Without the necktie, you want to wear it open. You want that collar to properly frame your face and help you look good? Slick Collar has you covered. Now, gents, when you open up the Slick Collar packaging, what you're going to find inside are 3 Slick Collars.
The Slick Collar, regular size, your go-to for flawless collars on all your favorite shirts. The new Slick Collar, athletic size, designed specifically for larger necks and wider collars. The Slick Collar slim size, perfect for polos and those slim fit dress shirts.
In 10 collar stays. Now, if you're not familiar with collar stays, these fit into the collar point, and I love how Slick Collar provides these to you so that you can ensure that your collar is looking good.
And as a bonus, they are packaged in the popular everyday carry storage box, offered in both black and white.
But it's the Slick Collar itself, which fits seamlessly, invisibly, right underneath your existing collar. And I have to say, I love how Slick Collar provides different sizes. So if you want it to work with a polo, if you want it to work with a dress shirt, if you've got a really large collar, if you've got a small collar, you're going to find, because they're adjustable, Slick Collar is going to fit any type of collar you have. I'm wearing Slick Collar a lot of the time. When you're watching a video, you don't even see it. I don't even notice it until I'm taking my shirt off at night. Down in the description of today's video, I'm linking over to Slick Collar with the best deal on the web. Go check them out. Awesome company. I love what these guys do. I've been talking about them for years. Cool company. Go check them out. Now for this next point, gents, notice what I did? Changed the jacket. What has this done? All of a sudden, your attention is drawn to the lighter colors, to the higher contrast. Notice how I'm also repeating those colors, the color in my hair with the color in the jacket. My point here, gents, is that color matters. And if you can find the right colors that work for you, you are going to be able to get compliments. You're going to stand out from the crowd. You are going to look amazing. Now, I know some of you guys are saying, Antonio, I don't look anything like you. So which colors are going to work for me? Well, first up, I do want to say that you should trust yourself. You've probably got a favorite color that people have told you since you were a kid, that shirt looks good on you. Man, that color just makes your eyes pop. It really works with your complexion. Think back, you've got one or two favorite shirts, favorite colors. There is nothing wrong with bringing that into a jacket, bringing that into a shirt, bringing that into an accessory. But in the case you don't know any colors, I'm gonna go ahead and make this really simple and give you some guidelines. So if you're a guy that has a golden skin tone, you have brown hair and hazel eyes, the colors that are gonna work for your medium contrast are olive green, mustard yellow, rust red, camel, burnt orange, and deep teal. Now for the guy with fair skin, you've got pink undertones, maybe black hair and blue eyes. For this high contrast man, the colors that are gonna work for him are charcoal gray, true red, navy blue, ice blue, emerald green, plum, and sapphire. Now for the guy with beige skin, light brown hair, and green eyes. For this low contrast gentleman, the colors that are gonna work for him are slate gray, soft coral, lavender, peach, mint green, sky blue, and pastel pink. Now let's go over to almost the complete opposite. We've got deep dark skin, black hair, dark brown eyes. Even though it doesn't seem, this guy is still high contrast. Now for colors like this, for this guy, he wants to go with electric blue, metallic gold, crimson red, royal purple, jade green, bright white, silver, and lemon yellow. Now let's jump over to the man with olive skin, dark brown hair, and brown eyes. For this medium contrast individual, we're gonna go with the colors of teal, sienna, denim blue, khaki, cherry red, forest green, maroon, coral, and tan. Now gents, hear me out. I'm not saying that these guys don't look good in any other colors. I'm just saying that these colors traditionally work for these skin tones, for these hair color types, for these eye types, and that these are the colors that are going to make these guys pop. And that's what you're looking to do, not make this everything in your wardrobe, but to know when you pull off these colors, when you hold them up next to your face, these just draw out your energy. They give you vitality. They make you look stronger. They make you look amazing. Mix all that with the earlier points about framing with clothing, all of a sudden you've got a powerful combination. So now let's start talking about individual pieces that'll make you look amazing. I saved this till later in the video because it's not about the individual piece. You don't want people to remember you as the guy with really nice boots. No, you want to be remembered as the guy that just looked amazing. It was his whole outfit. There was just something about him. He just looked well put together. He had style. That being said, of course, an outfit is made up of individual pieces, and you do want the pieces to work together in harmony. But when it comes to pieces that everything is built off, shoes are a great place to start. And this is where I think it makes sense to a lot of men to spend a little bit more money to get something that can be resold, rebuilt, preferably made from leather because we've used it for thousands of years and it is tough, it's durable, and it also can look beautiful, and you've got lots of options. Now, as a lot of you guys know, broguing comes from Scotland and Ireland. The idea was this was farmer wear. The holes in the shoes allowed for moisture to escape whenever people were walking through marshes. Now, when it comes to brogues, you're going to see all types. You're going to see quarter brogues, semi-brogues, long wing brogues, full brogues, also known as wingtips. In general, the more broguing you see on a pair of shoes, the more casual it's going to make it, but that's degrees because we're talking dress shoes here. But understand, if it's a full brogue shoe, it's not going to be as dressy as a quarter brogue, all other things being equal. But besides the broguing, what I find interesting about these boots is also the use of different textures. Notice right here, we've got a pebble type leather texture. This again is going to make the shoe a little bit more casual, but it's going to do a good job of hiding creases as the boots are worn more and more. Another small detail, and this one's a little bit harder to see, but you notice how in the finish, we've got different colors in the leather. You can see something similar in these loafers right here. And I have to say that I absolutely love it when a shoemaker plays around with different colors, different materials, different textures. It allows you to have a little bit more fun with the footwear without being over the top. In fact, as you can see in this pair right here, we have the shoemaker, they played around with different materials. We've got suede mixed in with leather, that blue suede, it looks really good. And again, it's not over the top, it's a detail you have to actually look for. It's gonna be down on the man's foot, but it's gonna draw attention and complement, and it's gonna enhance the overall outfit. And of course, let's not forget about suede. Texture. The look of suede really sets it apart. Now, you don't need to go with a light color like this. There are all types of darker suedes out there if that's your thing, but that right there, just simply from a distance, they look plain, they look simple. You get up close, all of a sudden people see the texture, they notice that there's something different about these boots, and this ups your game, again, draws in compliments. Next up, let's talk about unique styles. Styles that really set you apart but have history. So right here, this is a shawl collar. Some of you guys may be wondering, oh, it looks a little bit feminine. I've never seen anything like this. It actually was started with men, goes back to the Victorian era. Nowadays, the two most common places we're going to see the use of the shawl look are going to be in sweaters and jackets. So sweaters like this, it's going to be on the collar. It's going to be framing the face. I think it's actually a good comfortable look. A lot of guys, just they're not used to wearing something like this. But again, if you know the history, all of a sudden you realize, hey, guys have been pulling this off for hundreds of years. It's not going to go out of style. And I'm going to wear something that is going to get me compliments. People are going to think it looks amazing. And where could you actually wear this? In jackets, the other place, tuxedo. So if you are going to go black tie, you can still today get a shawl lapel. It's perfectly fine, just as formal as peak lapels on your black tie. By the way, you should never wear notch lapels on a black tie outfit, but shawl or point. You would want to go point if you're going to get a double-breasted jacket, but that is another point, which, I won't get into in this video. Now, I mentioned texture and suede a little bit earlier. Both of these are jackets I have worn in videos in the past. And I'll tell you, if you've got a piece of outerwear and you spend a little bit more money, you spend a little bit on something that fits you, that complements your build. I'll tell you, when you have a jacket like this that is made from a unique material, maybe in a unique color, all of a sudden, everyone is going to think you look amazing, not only because you stand out, but because you have the confidence to pull it off. All right, gents, so what video to watch next? Well, boom, I got you covered with this one right here. Oh yeah, check it out. Boom, right there. Click it. Come on, click. I mean,